Hi guys, it's Alina here. Welcome to my channel. I'm super psyched you guys could join me today. Today's video is going to be a fun one, and I'm going to show you how you can use your images that you wouldn't normally use for Halloween and give them a ghoulish makeover. Now, Friday on my channel, I uploaded a card that I made, and here it is, and it's using the Dressy Ebony Digi from the Greeting Farm, and as you can see, I gave her a ghostly makeover. I think it really turned out really cool, and I will make sure to leave a link somewhere in the video to the full tutorial so you guys can check it out. And I also created a spooky backdrop for her to star in. So in the video, you'll be able to see how I created all that. And so working off of this premise of turning her into a ghost, I was thinking, what other ways could I use this Digi and turn her into other monsters, perfect for Halloween cards, projects, tree bags, you name it. So beforehand, I printed her out, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Printed her out, and I trimmed down each of the panels because I'm going to be working with 3 more of the same image here. There we go. And they're all ready to go and ready for their makeovers. Now the first one, right off the bat, I knew right away I was going to turn her into a Bride of Frankenstein, which is pretty simple. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, the second one is going to be a challenge. Why is it going to be a challenge? Because I'm going to try to turn her into a werewolf. And this is my first time doing this on camera. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work out, so fingers crossed that it will. And the last one, I'm going to turn into a vampire. And I'm going to show you step by step how to use these images that you wouldn't normally use for Halloween and give them makeovers. Simple, simple, simple. Now, here's a card that inspired this tutorial today. And as you can see, she's looking very, let's just say it. She's an adorable ghost. I'm just going to put it out there. She's adorable. And after I was done filming, I went over the entire image with my Wink of Stella to give her a lot of sparkle. So first thing we're going to work on is Bride of Frankenstein. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So I'm going to zoom my camera in zoom, zoom, zoom. And I'm going to get my placement going so that I can make sure everything is in frame so you guys can see exactly what it is that I am doing. And I'm going to bring in my G markers to start coloring in her skin. So I'm going to use my light, my mid-tone, and my dark. And here they are right here. If I can get them into the shot. Here we are. G40, G43, and G46. So I'm going to color the skin, and I will catch you guys back here as we And here's how her skin is looking so far. So I'm just going to continue coloring in the same fashion, and I'll catch you guys back here when she is all colored in. And here's her skin all colored in. Now the next part is going to be her hair. And as you can see, I've added some shading. I added a little bit of my RV52 to her cheeks for blush. I'm definitely getting a Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy vibe going. But she is a Bride of Frankenstein, so it'll work. And I'm going to use my 22 CG marker and my Colorless blender marker from Hobby Lobby. Those are the Conda brand markers. And I'm just sectioning off part of her hair so that I can create that white streak that you see in the Bride of Frankenstein. And I'm just coloring it in. And here's a close-up of how it looks. Now, as you can see, I did go a little heavy on the shading, but later on I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that with my Jelly Roll White Gel Pen. So I'm going to color in the rest of the hair. Here are the colors that I chose, and I will catch you guys back here when our hair is all done. And here's her hair all colored in. She's looking really, really cute right now. I did add a little more shading to her hair using my CG6 marker and my 100 Black Copic marker. And I also used my Black Copic marker to add the individual strands to the hair. And now I'm just lightening up that white streak of her hair using my Jelly Roll White Gel Pen. And now the next part will be to color in her dress. And I will be using my RV markers for that. And there's a close-up. I really like how it's turning out so far. She's looking cute. And I'm going to use my RV66 and my RV69 for her dress. And I will catch you guys back here when the dress is all colored in. And her dress is all colored in, so I'm going to bring it up close so you guys can see. And I added some pleats using my darkest RV69. And now I'm going to color in the rest of her outfit, and I will catch you guys back here when she is all colored in. Okay, so my image is pretty much complete, but I'm going to bring in my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen, and this one has a very fine tip at the end because I colored in a lightning bolt on her necklace. Now, each of the girls that I am giving the makeovers to is going to have a different symbol on their necklace that's going to represent the type of monster that they are. So, of course, for the Frankenstein, lightning is what brought her to life, so I decided to go with a lightning bolt, as you can see there. It was a little tricky because it is such a small area, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And now using the same fine tip marker, I am going to add the stitching to give her that authentic Frankenstein look. And I added some of the stitching to her wrists, her legs, and I will also add some stitching detail to her face. But I'm really happy with how this image has turned out so far. I still have a few other things I would like to add. As you can see, I'm just giving you a close-up of how fine a tip that pen is. I'm not sure the number. Oh, okay, it's an extra small. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this pen is actually my daughter's because she loves to draw. So I think she might have just left it on my craft desk, and anything that's left on my craft desk is up for me to use. So here's a close-up. I really like how this Bride of Frankenstein came out. She looks so adorable. I'm so happy with this one. Now the next one is the one that I'm dreading, and that is the werewolf, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to actually do that one yet. Here is a close-up, another close-up, because after I shut the camera off, I decided to add some bolts to the top of her headband. So I just drew that out on some scrap white cardstock, colored it in using my cool gray markers, cut it out, and then I just attached it to the top of her headband, as you can see here. Pretty simple shapes. I mean, I could have definitely left that out, and now my camera is being fussy, doesn't want to focus. It's like, come on, just focus. And I just added 3 bolts. I could have added it to the sides of her neck, but I'm thinking of cutting these out later and using them on a card. And so I'm going to put her away, and I'm going to bring in my next model. And those are the colors I'm going to use right there. And let's see how this one turns out. Okay, I already have her arms and her legs colored in, and here's a close-up, and this is where I'm starting to have my doubts right now because it looks like she hasn't shaved in decades, so I'm still hoping I can pull this look off. Let's And here is the image all colored in. Well, her skin anyway, as you can see. Her skin, her fur, whatever you want to call it. She's looking pretty cute. I think this look might work. I'm going to work on the hair next, and I will catch you guys back here when that is all colored in. And here's the hair all colored in, and I use a different color combo for the hair so that way you can be able to distinguish it from the rest of her fur. And now I'm going to work on the dress, and here are the colors that I chose. And I'll catch you guys back here when she's all colored in. Okay, my image is done, as you can see here. And I definitely have to say that this one is definitely my favorite. She's wearing a full moon necklace. And in the next shot, you're going to see, there we are. I shut the camera off, and I just drew some simple triangle shapes for her ears. And I cut a slit at the top of the headband and just attached them along the back. I'm going to show you that in a minute. There we go. See that? I just cut a slit, fed them through the headband. So it looked like it's actually part of the image. Gives you that illusion. I did give her some little teeth in the front. I don't know. I definitely have to say this one is my favorite so far out of the two that I've done. I don't know. Like, I was dreading this one before I started, and I have to say that she is definitely my favorite. She looks so super adorable. Really love that. And then I added some yellow rhinestones to the top of her ears to give her some earrings. And I'm going to bring in my Bride of Frankenstein. That's image 2 down. We have one more to go. I'm going to zoom out my camera. Just give me a second. And I zoomed out. There we go. So 2 images down, one more to go. So here's our Bride of Frankenstein. Love her too. But this one is my favorite. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. Believe me, I had my doubts while I was filming. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to work out. And this is going to be horrible. But I have to say that she is definitely my favorite so far. Now this one is going to be our vampire. So I'm going to zoom the camera in and get started on that. And using the ghost card that I made on Friday, I am just going to use very light pink colors to color in her skin, but only along the edges, just to add a little bit of shading. I definitely want the see that? Yeah. I definitely want the image to read more as white, so I'm going to use my RV000 and my RV52, and I will catch you guys back here when her skin's all colored in. Okay, her skin is pretty much colored in. As you can see, I only added along the edges, and I did use my Colorless blender to soften up the edges and just to keep the image basically white. I could have used grays for her skin, but I wanted to make her sort of a play on the Monster High Dracula doll who has pink skin. I thought that would look a lot cuter. And I'm using these hobby color markers, and I'm going to use my CG 2, 3, and 4 to start coloring in her hair. And I will catch you guys back here when her hair is all colored in. And here's her hair all colored in. I'm going to bring it up close so you guys can see. And I did bring in a couple more markers. I used my 100 black Copic marker to add the individual strands to her hair. And I also used my touch marker in CG6 just to add a little more darkness to the ends of her hair. Now I'm going to bring in my Frankenstein so that you can see that, yes, they both have black hair, but my vampire has a lighter shade of black than the Frankenstein. I'm going to compare the two. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can get a better look. See, her hair has more of a lighter black tone than my Frankenstein. So now I'm going to zoom the camera back in. It's time to work on her dress and the rest of her outfit. And I'm going to show you the markers that I chose for that. Let me adjust my image so make sure it's in frame. And here are the colors that I chose. And I'm going to color in her dress. And I will catch you guys back here when my image is all complete. My image is pretty much complete, but now I'm going to work on her necklace and using my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen, the same one I used for the stitches on my Bride of Frankenstein. I'm just going to draw in some simple wing shapes, and since the area is so small, I'm going to use that same pen to fill it in. And I'm going to bring it up close for you guys to see. And I did go back in with my Jelly Roll White Gel pen to add dots for the eyes. And here's a close-up of that. There we are. And now I still felt like she was missing something, so using a pencil, I'm just going to sketch in some basic wing shapes. I'm going to color it in using my gray markers. And once that's done, I will catch you guys back here so we can take a look at all three of my ghoulish girls. And here is a close-up of my vampire all colored in. She's ready to go. And I really like the way her wings turned out. I also gave her some fangs. And I hope this tutorial inspires you to pull out those images you wouldn't normally use for Halloween and try one of these ghoulish makeovers for yourself and see what you can come up with. Now I'm going to bring in the rest of my ghoulish divas, but I need to zoom out my camera so I can get them all into the shot. And I will be posting a card later on today to my Instagram featuring these ghoulish divas. So the link to my Instagram is down in the description box below. And if you missed any of the colors that I used in this tutorial, I will make sure to leave a list of colors in the description box as well. And now I'm going to bring up each of my little ghoulies for their close-ups. There's my vampire. There's my Frankenstein, looking very cute. And then my most favorite, which is my werewolf. Yay, there she is. I think she looks adorable. And please make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know which one of the 3 was your favorite. And I am bringing in the card that inspired this crazy tutorial. And here is the Dressy Ebony from the Greeting Farm. And this is the tutorial that started this off. And I'm going to give my Ghoulish Divas their final close-up for you guys. And here's the little vampire. And my Bride of Frankenstein. Really happy with the way these images turned out. And my most favorite of all, which you already know, is my little werewolf. Looking so adorable. She's so cute. And I really hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe. And I will meet you guys back here on Friday for another tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.